Hey, what's going on, everybody? Subby here at Baumgart's Weather Center. And man, we've got another treat for you guys, as we have wanted to do over the last year or so, was to be able to bring in area storm chasers, bring them into the group so that we can discuss the setups of these potential severe weather outbreaks here in West Central Missouri, Northeast Kansas, and you guys might be surprised I say Springfield or Northeast Kansas, but we have a bunch of people in Subby's Weather Talk down in the Ozark Republic, Springfield area, as well in Northwest Missouri, Liberty, Smithville, Maryville. So this is going to kind of help all of us kind of bring in together. They're gonna actually tell you where they are likely going to be at, what they're going to be targeting, and we're going to kind of get to know these guys a little bit. And I'm very proud to say that they're all friends of mine, and we've gotten closer here over the last couple of weeks, just talking about these storms. So first off, I want to introduce, of course, Isaac Wilson, Levy Schrock. They are from Nader Boys. We've got Jeff Smith from Storm Chaser Jeff Smith up in Northeast Missouri. And then we got Matthew Jones, and he is 417 Storm Chasers, part of a large group down there in the Springfield, Missouri area. So welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, you can tell they're full of excitement tonight. So we are going to be taking your questions. So feel free to throw in chat as we go through this tonight. If you guys have any questions, throw them out there, and I will present that to the boys or to myself, and we'll get you an answer. But again, we've got kind of an odd setup. We are in the active period of the LRC, in which we have several storm systems that are they're poised out there, one right behind each other out into the Pacific. So they are going to be marching through here really over about the next 10 to 14 days, that we are going to be kind of under the gun here in the middle part of the country. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at the models. We're going to take a look at what the severe threats are, and I'm going to show you guys there at home what I'm looking at, what the chasers are looking at, and then we're going to switch it over. We're going to talk to the chasers a little bit, and we'll kind of get their ideas and their viewpoints on the setup for potential severe weather for this weekend. So let me bring my screen around here for you guys so that everybody can see. All right, those of you at home can see, and I think the storm chasers, you guys can see my screen right now?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So what you're looking at right now is the Storm Prediction Center Day 2 outlook for severe storms. Now, right now, they just introduced actually a slight risk up in Northeast Kansas, Northwest Missouri, Southeast Nebraska, and Southwest Iowa. And of course, this is going to be right on top of Jeff Smith. So he's kind of pretty pumped up, ready to get out there with this newly added slight risk. And I think we were talking before this video had started that Reed Timmer is also going to be up there. And of course, for those of you that don't know Reed Timmer, he was known as the Wild Storm Chaser back in the day. He hosted a couple of programs on the Discovery Channel called Storm Chasers back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I believe. So they're going to be out in full force, and likely Jeff Smith. We'll get his comments here in just a moment. So let's jump over to a model, guys. Let's jump over here for tomorrow night. And what we'll do, we'll take a look at the short-term model. We'll take a look at the HRRR. And let's take a look at what we're going to be dealing with here. So right up here is your timestamp, right up here on top. And actually, let's kind of scale this down a little bit more regionally for everybody. So now, of course, we're back on daylight savings. We're off of daylight savings time now. So 00Z is the same as 7 o'clock our time here in central U.S. So this is 7 o'clock on Thursday night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is this is actually 0Z is actually going to be midnight, I believe. Is that correct, guys? Why am I losing track of this? This is 7 o'clock today. I'm sorry, 7 o'clock
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah, 5 hours now.
5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
My gosh, I'm getting all messed up tonight. So that's 7 o'clock, and of course we'll go into tomorrow night, and we will tomorrow throughout the day. We could see some scattered thunderstorms. I'm not expecting it to be a washout by no means tomorrow. We'll likely see quite a bit of sunshine. We're really going to warm up into the 80s tomorrow for a lot of west central Missouri, eastern Kansas, and southwest Missouri. So don't be surprised if we get a few showers, maybe a thunder shower, nothing severe expected here in west central Missouri. And then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, you take a look at that cluster of thunderstorms up here in northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska, northwest Missouri. Now, these are the ones that do have a potential to be severe. So let's just jump over here to what they call a SCUT. Now, I am not going to confuse everybody and make you guys turn off the video, I promise. But what we are able to do with items such as the SCUT, it gives us so much data. And just to kind of sum it up, right now, northeast Kansas showing a marginal severe. I'm circling it right now. And that is going to be based on a number of different factors. Now, remember, in order for a severe thunderstorm to happen, you have to have four ingredients. You have to have wind shear, instability, you have to have moisture, and you have to have a lifting mechanism. All of those are in play for tomorrow afternoon into early evening for northeast Kansas and northwest Missouri. So this is a lot of data here that I'm not going to jump into. Basically, the horizontal axis right here is going to be the surface and temperature. So this is the surface. You got 0 degrees Celsius. That's the freeze line, 10 degrees Celsius. And this white dash line here. Now, we're going to go back to Weather Science 101. So the way that clouds are formed, you have to have water to evaporate on the ground. It goes up. It finally gets to a point where it can cool and condense, form into a cloud. Rain falls back down to the ground, and the whole process starts over. That's the great big water cycle that we live in. Well, as this dash white line moves up in the atmosphere, as we're going up in the atmosphere, it will continue to rise as long as it's warmer than the air around it. But what happens if it hits an area at about, say about 9,000 feet above our heads where the air around it is warmer than itself? It can't go nowhere. That's what's called a cap. And that is what we're seeing going on here in northeast Kansas, northwest Missouri. And we can tell that by these numbers right here. That is the inhibition of convection. So that's a rather strong cap. But what they're expecting is that lid on that pot of boiling water is going to come off, and all that condensation and steam is going to fly upwards and create thunderstorms. So that is what we are expecting for tomorrow. And up here in northeast Kansas, northwest Missouri, and of course, Jeff Smith is going to be kind of telling us where he's going to be at. I say he's going to be tracking these storms throughout the afternoon and into the evening. So we will talk to him in just a moment. Now let's jump over here to go a little bit further out. And let's take a look as we maybe a little bit more of a local here in Missouri. Hey, you bet, Sheila. Thanks for all the kind words. We got a lot of people in chat tonight. And I do have, look like I do have a few questions up there in chat we'll get to here, guys, in just a couple minutes. So here we're looking at the composite reflectivity as we go into 4 o'clock in the morning. That is going to be on Friday. Now, we're going to be under a ridge on Friday, guys. Just going to really warm up into the 80s. We're going to have beautiful weather, and then that system is finally going to start making its way across on Saturday. Now, here a couple 3 days ago, we talked about West Central Missouri being in a ideal location for severe thunderstorms. We already had a 15% risk out for all of our area here in West Central Missouri, but then we get talking about that cap again, and once we get into that cap, now they're expecting these thunderstorms to form almost on top of us, similar to our last severe event, and then really intensify as they go from a line from Columbia down to Springfield and off into the southeast Missouri, where they do not need any more thunderstorms or the potential of tornadoes down there. They're still cleaning up from their last bout. So as we go through Friday, and then we get into let's see here, this is going to be on the 30th. So Wednesday, 30th. This is late Saturday night, 1 a.m. We're going to start to see some showers and thunderstorms develop along a cold front. Now, we are expecting these to be rather robust. There could be a few severe thunderstorms out there. Right now, hail, strong straight line winds, the biggest threat, but we cannot rule out potential of a tornado or two with this line along the cold front. And then as we go through the day on Sunday, we will have some showers and thunderstorms. I'm not expecting any more severe weather beyond midnight Sunday night. And then we start off cooler on Monday, and hopefully you won't wake up to that nasty 4-lettered word on Monday called snow. So, yes, snow is a possibility on the backside of this system. Unbelievable. And what I will do, let's just jump over here real quick and I will show you guys how close that snow could get to us. And now this is a GFS. Now this is showing most of the snow staying up in Iowa right now. Now check out what the European is showing. Actually, it is still loading up. Let's go with the older one here. As that line of storms come in, it wraps around. Well, I tell you what, last hour's model is showing most of the snow still staying up to the north, but just maybe 6 hours ago, it was sitting there showing a blizzard in northwest Missouri. So we're just going to have to wait and see what this thing is going to produce. And like I said, we have several chances to see rain, thunderstorms, possibility of some severe weather. So we'll definitely be keeping a very close eye on that, and all the chasers will. Speaking of chasers, let's go ahead and let's talk to a few of them and see what their game plans are here over the next 5 or 6 days here, because we have a long stretch of potential of severe weather. And Jeff, you're the first man up, buddy. So, of course, you've seen all the models up in Northeast Kansas. What's your plans for tomorrow?
So for me, the slight risk didn't really come into play. Kind of surprise, actually, but till this afternoon when the SPC put out their update around 12:30, I think it was. That's when it came into play. Started tracking on the HRRR, and like that. Starting out tomorrow, I'm already going to be in southeast Nebraska, kind of down in that corner. I'm going to be monitoring the models throughout the day, watching for any potential development on radar. and kind of play it from there, whether I'll initiate from southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas. I've kind of got the option to jump northwest Missouri as well as southwest Iowa, kind of from where I'll be. I think the timing from this is obviously going to be more in the evening hours. So I'm probably planning to go live on my social medias probably around the 5 o'clock hour, and start working my way in then on through the night.
Excellent, excellent. So for those of you at home, right down here at the bottom of the screen along the scroll, you can catch all of the social media platforms of all the chasers we have on today. So I encourage you guys to jump on and make sure you follow, subscribe, like all their videos. These guys take a lot of time out, and we're going to be utilizing their streams as we're watching these storms come across the state line into west central Missouri. So make sure you guys show them some love. And actually, Jeff, we have a couple storm chasers here in the chat. And they had mentioned that they're going to be up around the Bethany area tomorrow, and that is Kevin Short. He is they travel everywhere around to chase after some storms. So Kevin is going to be up around Bethany tomorrow. A couple comments. It's never good if Reed's in the area, which that's true. If you see that Dominator come flying by, you better go ahead and just call it a day.
Yeah.
We've got Catherine Brock. She is also another storm chaser here. So I don't know. Catherine didn't say if she was going to be out and about chasing this weekend or not. But anyway, let me know if you're thinking about heading out there, Catherine, and I'll keep in communication with you. So Kevin mentioned that he travels all over Tornado Alley, which I remember seeing on Radar Omega. You can turn on the Storm Spotter feature, and I see Kevin and I see Catherine Brock. I see them all the way across the Midwest.
I laugh every time I see Kevin because it comes up as Short Kevin on mine.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, every time I see it, I laugh.
Oh, God. So, well, thank Jeff, and make sure you guys follow his stream. Like I said, everything's right down there along the scroll. Matt, so you talked a little bit about, we talked about what the setup is for this weekend. What's your thoughts on the setup for the weekend?
Oh, it's changing. It changes like every scan. And depending whether you look at the Euro or the GFS, it's all over the place for Southwest Missouri. I really think the timing is going to be like peak heat to sundown on Sunday. So like the 1 to 6, I really see as being the biggest potential for at least Springfield to the west. And then kind of continuing on just about like the track of the last storm that came through here. That it really looks like, just off the model data from right now, it really seems to get rocking and rolling once it gets east of Springfield. But I think that's kind of how the Ozark Plateau is anyway. Like storms die in Springfield. It'll form and then break, go around Springfield and then form back up. But some of the data have showed a little north, like maybe up toward Dallas County, north of Springfield. But it's just, I'm gonna see how it goes, because I mean I'm not that far. If I go over to Joplin, if it looks like, because there's some of the models showing early, like 7 a.m. that there might be some storms forming, because it's got that front pushing in about 4 o'clock or 4 a.m. Sunday into our area. So some of the photographs have showed some marginal tornado risks around that time. So right now I'm really kind of fluid, because it's changing every couple of hours. So
it is. And one thing to note too, one thing that we always have to keep in mind, I think Matt touched on it just a little bit, but not only right at when the sun goes down, we have an attribute that actually helps out storm formation. And it's what the storm chasers out there call the magic hour. And basically, what that is, when we get the sun to go down, the upper levels of the atmosphere cools really quickly, but yet the surface is still pretty warm, and you begin to get a pressure difference between the atmosphere and the ground, and that's what's called a nocturnal jet. Okay, and you get some low level, higher winds that come from a different direction of what the winds are going from up above, and that helps spin these thunderstorms. And one thing that I've been noticing here is the fact that there is going to be a very strong low level jet coming in the overnight hours in southeast Missouri. Actually, it's going to start right about where you guys are at, Matt, down around Springfield to Columbia, and then further south. And let me show you guys real quick. We're going to take a look first off at the jet stream. So let's see here. Let me get that going for those at home. So let's go to the 500 millibar chart. The 500 millibar chart is what's going on at 18,000 feet above our heads. A lot of times that's where you're going to find the jet stream. The jet stream is the steering wind to these storm systems. So as we go into, and we can actually see that ridge, this is what's called a ridge, okay? And actually, we've got a very strong ridge. That's what's going to give us that sunshine on Friday and 80 degrees here in west central Missouri. And then, of course, as Saturday rolls around, it's not all that impressive on here, but it is enough. And we see this dip right down through here. And actually, I can draw a line right through there. It becomes a little bit negatively tilted. Now, what happens when it becomes negatively tilted like that is it adds a lot of lift down in the southeast quadrant of that low pressure system. You get more lifting, you got the churning of the atmosphere, of the winds. And I know on Torcon, in which I am a director of the Southern Plains for Torcon, which is a nationwide it's a nationwide full service weather team. And so we kind of highlighted this area here in South. Actually, let me make a better circle here. It's actually highlighted right in here as the target zone for the highest tornado risk with these storms. And a lot of that is because of a nocturnal jet is going to be help aiding and in the churning of those thunderstorms. We got a partially negatively tilted trough helping the lift. And with that coupled in together, I say we're going to see a few tornadoes down there in southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas, places where they do not need any more severe weather. So let's go back over, because I do want to get to our local homegrown boys, the Nader boys, right here in west central Missouri. So what's your all plans this week? And of course, we got Isaac and Levy from Nader boys. What are you guys thinking about for this weekend?
Well, I'm just going to kind of go ahead, Levy.
Hopefully nothing happens on Saturday, so I can go out.
So for me, I'm just going to see how it goes. I ended up having to work today, so I didn't get to see the models besides what you just showed. But I'm gonna kind of see how it goes. It kind of looks like it may be down towards the eastern, southeast side, but we'll just see how models progress. But the plan is to be out at some point during the setup. So
okay. So and what I'd like to do is I'm going to be getting with these guys likely. Jeff. I'm going to be getting with you tomorrow night for sure to see if your plans have changed any. Nader boys, we're going to be together actually Saturday. We are going to be up at the Missouri State Fairgrounds. We're going to be giving a talk on severe weather awareness up at the Home and Garden Show on Saturday. But we're going to be talking about the potential of this severe weather here in west central Missouri. And because just like Matt said, it's changing. Every hour it is changing. Just in a matter of probably less than 6 hours, we went from a blizzard in northwest Kansas to now still potential of thunderstorms up there. So things are changing so fast, and we'll make sure to keep everybody updated. And again, the best thing to do right here on the scroll at the bottom of the screen right now, guys, make sure you follow everybody and the YouTube channels, the Facebook, the Instagram, the TikTok. Everybody's everywhere. There's no excuse not to see one of us over the course of the weekend. I am going to check up here on chat here real quick. And hi, Alan. Pam Wilson is on there saying hi to everybody.
Hello.
Brandon Courtney says, Isaac, long time no see. So you must have seen Brandon Courtney not too long ago. We've got let's see here. Sunday night, Clinton to Springfield. What is it looking like? Well, Pam Wilson asked that question. Matt, you wanna take that question?
I would say it really just depends on what point in the night. I think as you get towards by 7, I really think it's going to be cruising off to the east by that point.
I do too. For west central Missouri, I think probably maybe even a little bit earlier than that. Depends on where those thunderstorms, that cold front pushes through. You're definitely going to be able to notice where that cold front is, because we're going to go from 60s, 70s down to the 40s in a matter of just a few miles. So we'll definitely see that. Brandon went to school with Isaac. I got you. Derek Dunn, he is a member of Torcon Weather Team. He wanted to make sure everybody said hi. Hi from Wablo. So can someone shut off the wind machine? Sorry, Catherine. It's really going to start howling tomorrow. You ain't going to like me. Kevin Short also said he agreed with Matt and I about it's going to be traveling at it's just going to be booking out of here really quick by Sunday afternoon, I think. So we also have Dane. He is from Ohio. So welcome to the live stream. We love to have you here. So anyway, I think that's about all we have. Hopefully you guys got something out of this out there watching our stream for tonight. So we're going to try to do this every time there's a good setup. We're going to try to get together, give you guys all the information we possibly can. And again, a reminder, follow all of these guys on social media. We're going to be talking more with them here in the upcoming couple weeks, because we are seeing the potential of several severe weather chances here over the next couple weeks. So make sure you guys tune in, stay weather aware. And guys, thank you so much for being a part of this again. Hopefully we're going to be doing it again probably very soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys at home. We appreciate you tuning in. And again, stay weather aware.